Sejuani. So when you're playing a melee support, your approach to bot lane is a little bit different to a ranged support. For example, if you have Alistar, Taric, Blitzcrank, whoever, you have abilities which the enemy's scared of. So you don't use those abilities, but you run at your enemy pretending that you're going to stun them. But you only do that when your minion HP is low, so they're going to last hit it, and you know that their jungler isn't going to gank. And by running back and forward at them, as you can see right now, I'm running, there's nothing I can do, I'm level 1, I'm still running at Caitlyn, and I'm making her feel like I'm going to do something. And by doing that, it makes her a little bit uneasy. She might miss 1 to 2 CS each minion wave. But after 3 waves, that's like 6 CS, so you've lost a wave, which is really good. Basically for the first back is going to be massively different if my AD carry can get more last hits. So you've got to be really intelligent about what you're doing. If you take a couple of hits and they lose a couple of CS, it's worth it. But don't make a bad trade. So I mean, this gameplay, it's quite speeded up. You can see quite a passive lane, just last hitting with the AD carry. Having presence in lane is super important. As I was saying at the start, you can see we push the wave and then we go back. We go to get golems. The reason is when I play Sedge support, I'm quite passive until level 6. Now when I say passive, I don't mean sitting at the back, but I just mean I don't want to fight. So you see there, get into a fight, queue out, we have the golems, like we just keep farming up, and by getting the golems, we'll be level 6. So all we do is wait for jungler ganks. This would be a kill if Cho didn't miss his Q, but never mind, we're not going for kills, we just want to get to 6. So the laning phase with the melee, you can see that you don't have to run at them and stun them all the time. You just have to run at them, pretend that you're going to stun them, or choose to stun them. You can engage if you know it's safe and you think that you'll win the trade. And sometimes a trade doesn't have to be a kill. It could be, you know, it could be just blowing some summoner spells or anything. So let's talk a little bit about map awareness. Like you can see that top lane is winning and top lane's pushing. Top lane doesn't have a ward, and you can see that mid has 1 ward and they're pushing 2. And with a Nautilus jungler who isn't top or mid at this point, they must be bot. So you can see there we pick up a kill by, I know Cho's coming, I engage, we fight, we get a kill. And I choose not to back here because I want to get that 6. It's really important that I reach 6 as soon as possible. So if you see my rune guide, there's health regen quints, and that helps me stay in lane for longer. So again, put the wards down, rush 6. So we're going again to golems. It's just about reaching level 6 really quickly, because when you're level 6 with Sejuani, Blitzcrank or whatever, you have so much extra burst. Same with Taric, and with Alistar you have like the ultimate to basically stop yourself dying. Or so you can see Nunu goes to ward, so we start on Caitlyn, who nets back, so then you Q to him. Or if you were Taric, you would then use your stun or Alistar and knock up, like combo, just because Nunu went to ward and the lane was pushed, so we could zone Caitlyn back and help her miss CS. So we come back to lane, don't have ultimate, so we have to be a little bit more passive because Nunu has his. And quite a simple game. It's just I'm trying to get across the difference between a melee and a ranged support. We're still playing an aggressive bot lane, but we're just not doing it until level 6 or until the jungler ganks. But we're not running at them mindlessly. We have. So in this clip you see that Cho comes to gank and we have ult, so I ult Caitlyn, slow her down. She's trying to juke, so we know that we've got a kill now, so it's just about me not getting too low. I save my Q because I know that Nunu's going to ult, Q out of it, and we pick up that kill on Caitlyn, then she gets away, but that's okay. So we again just take golems, we have an extra kill. Nunu has no summoners, get the wards up. If mid isn't warding mid, go and put a ward next to the race at the entrance, as you can see the 2 wards on the river, because it stops their jungler backdooring you. Next we see that again in the laning phase we don't have an ult, we're just being quite passive about it, grabbing golems whenever we can, it's just about keeping that lead really. And early game difference between like melee and range, you should understand it a little bit better now, but like the main things that I sort of want to say are like map awareness and being smart about when you're zoning and things like that. But you can see now that Kayle is fighting two people at mid. Elisa's top, Nautilus isn't there, there's two wards in the river, he's not in the river, so we know that he's around bot because he should be counter ganking top or helping mid, and he's not. So we choose to engage because it's next to our turret, but we're very careful about it. And then you see Nautilus comes, so luckily we're able to get out, and Cho comes and ganks. But you see, like, we could have waited on engaging and waited till Nautilus went mid. And the only reason you know he was bot was because top was fighting under the tower and mid had two people diving Kayle and Nautilus wasn't there. So where would he be? He has to be getting a buff or a bot. It's just the general awareness that like that stops us from dying there. So early game, just be aware on the map really. So you can see we're winning really hard, so we're getting super aggressive wards down, you can see there, and Ezreal wants to push the turret, so I continue to help him. Nautilus comes. Now Nautilus isn't that much of a threat when he's had a weak jungle, so we can stay and hit the tower even though he's there. When Kayle comes we do have to back though. We look at the time and we see 7 minutes 40. So we have all the wards down for Drake, and we know roughly that their blue spawns around this time as well. So if we just hang around for like within the next minute, blue will spawn, but we decide we've got the ward coverage to go and push the turret again, so we do that. So essentially it's quite good at pushing a lane. You can just like Q into the wave and then W them, and then your AD carry can finish off. So we push all of this out, and then you see that their blue spawned, so grab their blue and that's it. But anyway, that's it. I hope the commentary's helped a little bit, but the first 5 minutes are probably more useful. Just to see an example might help some people. A lot of people are asking what to do early in mid game. If you still have any questions, leave them in a comment below and I'll do my best to answer them with lots of information. It's hard to cover everything. So that's all guys, I hope it's helped, and if it has, be sure to subscribe and tell your friends. See ya.